resounding round of applause to all our team of sponsors. So I believe our technical crew should have resolved all as well if we can now receive the road to the finals 2020. Thank you. I believe as the road to the finals scrolls, we would want to give permission for our contestants to write down their formulas. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you do me the honors to welcome on stage the contestants from Adisadel College, from PRESEC, and from Opoku Ware to make their lists of formulas. One more time, a round of applause, a round of applause, a round of applause to all our contestants. And so in no particular order, we want to acknowledge Mr. Hene Ivan Yao as well as Justice Apau from Adisadel College. We want to acknowledge Mr. Gakbeto Daniel Kekeli and Benjamin Kwanzaa from PRESEC Legon, and as well Mr. Richmond Chemafu and Noble Epton Asamoah from Opoku Ware. Okay, so now give them some peace. Let them pour down their formulas. Thank you very much. Technical team, if we're ready, can we have the road to the finals 2020? At this point, the best gift you can give to your contestants will be some silence, I assure you. You know, the Jama doesn't win the contest, right? It's morale, I understand. All right, technical team, road to the finals 2020.
This is your most authoritative source of news. It is JoyNews, but today it's all about National Science and Maths Quiz 2020. Now, so many schools all over the country have gone through a contest, a grueling one, I must say. 3 of them have come out successful, but today we're whittling it all down to one. Which school will that be? Will it be PRESEC Legon, or will it be OWASS, Opoku Ware School? Will it be Adisadel College, all the way from the central region? Well, people have said that today it is not just about 3 schools, it is about 3 different regions and about 3 different churches, okay? So we're looking at the Ashanti region, the Greater Accra region, of course, the central region. As we speak, the program is already underway at the University of Ghana campus, where we have eyes there, and we can see those visuals live coming from there. We also have eyes at the OWASS campus. We have eyes on the Adisadel campus. We do have eyes at PRESEC as well, and we'll bring you more of that as we go along. But remember that the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz is brought to you by, it's produced by Primetime Limited, first of all, sponsored by the Ghana Education Service and with partnership from APSA. It is supported by Prudential Life Insurance, Goyle, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City College, Newmont, Ghana, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Facility Center. It's also supported by Dano Mill, GTP, Adansi Travels, Third Eye Care, Vision Center, and YFM. The broadcast, by the way, is brought to you by your most authoritative source of news, JoyNews. Of course, we have Bright SHS Kukwantumi supporting us as well. Building Dreams, Shaping the Future, DBS Colorlink Plus Roofing Sheet, Roofing, Papa Fie. We can talk about Adonko hand sanitizer, Korompos and Adonko energy drink and premium energy drink. Right now, what's happening is that the contestants are putting down their formula on the board because they're waiting to play for us a video of the journey, the 2020 journey of the National Science and Maths Quiz. That's what we're all waiting anxiously for. But we know that the competition starts in just a few minutes from now. Who will it be? Which school will it be? Which school will be crying today? Which school will be jubilating? OWASS, PRESEC, or ADISCO? My name is Gifty Andopia. I'm your host for today. We'll take a very quick break. We'll be right back and we'll take you back to the auditorium. Please stay with us. Welcome back. This is Joy News. It is the grand finale of the National Science and Maths Quiz and the closing ceremony. We take you back to the University of Ghana campus. The program is underway.
Amicably, we go to the consultants. Also, when you're coming, please come with a question, the clear question, so that you explain to me, and then we'll go to the consultants, and then we can address the issue. And also, please, at all times, let's keep our mask on. The supporters, let's keep our mask on at all times. Don't let us take off the mask and then shout all that we want and then put it back on. Please, put it back, keep it on at all times. And also, no name calling when the students are answering the questions. Please, we beg you. Thank you very much.
And we're getting all set to go through and through all the way till the end. This is the grand finale of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Most of you are sending in messages, so whilst they get ready to roll out what they have for us there, by the way, the contestants are putting their formula on the board, which means the program is set to begin. But most of you are still sending your predictions on who is winning. Some of you are telling us who you are voting for. We'll hop onto social media, Facebook, and find out what's happening there, and we'll also be checking on social on WhatsApp to find out what you're sending through. But let me tell you a bit about the schools that are contesting today. Opoku Ware School, they're yearning to lift the trophy for the third time. This will be the third time if they win, and it will be after 18 good years since the last time they won. So they're seeking to end that 18-year trophy drought this year. And of course, the 2019 NSMQ campaign was cut short at the semi-finals for them when they lost to PRESEC Legon. Adisadel was also in that contest. So that is a little bit about Opoku Ware. They are two-time champions, as you can see here. They've made 7 appearances so far at the finals. You've seen the years there: 1995, 2003, 2005, 2008, and 2016. They've been second runner-up on one occasion, and they've been first runner-up as well. So that's it for the Opoku Ware School. We have eyes there. We brought you the feed there. The students are anxious. They're seated in their hall from where they will be monitoring the program. Let me tell you a little bit about, there it is, Opoku Ware, all set and ready with their masks on as well. And well, I'm not sure if they can hear me. They look really anxious, like, what's happening? When are we getting ready to go? Okay, so I'll tell you a bit more about Adisadel College as well. Adisadel College, they made about 7 appearances to the finals, and at the 1A stage they beat Awo State College and Zabzugu SHS to make it to the quarter-finals. At the quarter-finals, they also eliminated 2 girls' schools, Wesley Girls High School and Holy Child School, to keep the campaign in motion. Well, Accra Academy and Boam Ponsem SHS were no match for Opoku Ware because Opoku Ware pushed them out of the competition to progress to the grand finale. So a little bit about Adisadel College there. They are also anxiously waiting. As you can see, they're all set for the program to begin. Let's talk to you briefly about PRESEC. PRESEC, they've had the trophy for about 5 times. They're hoping that this will be their 6th time. So they talk about there's a hashtag that I'm forgetting right now, but they want to win it for the 6th time. They've made 8 appearances. Let's talk about 6. That has been the hashtag. They've been first runner-up on 3 occasions and second runner-up as well. And they happen to be the reigning champions for the Greater Accra region. Okay, so these are the schools we are dealing with. 3 schools: one in the Ashanti region, one in Greater Accra region, one in the Central region, where I come from, by the way. Let's take a look at social media. What are you saying? Okay, let me start with what I have here on my WhatsApp platform. Okay, so I may have to quickly jump back to the auditorium. Okay, all right, let me do Facebook for a while. Okay, it looks like these are messages that we've read already. We still have about 80 comments. Let's rehash and go to the messages beneath. I've taken some of these already, in fact most of them already, so let's do those on WhatsApp a little bit of let's put them also in the conversation. Ivy is texting from Kumasi. Ivy is rooting for OWASS. It looks like the entire regions which are represented by the schools are all throwing their weight behind this school. So people who are texting from Shanti region are all saying that they are voting for OWASS. People who are texting from here in the Greater Accra region are focusing on PRESEC, and those who are texting from the Central region are focusing on ADISCO. Okay, let's see what this message says. It says PRESEC Legon all the way. Today the sky is blue. Indeed, it is blue. PRESEC first, Opoku Ware second, and ADISCO third. Now I want you to note this prediction, okay? He says PRESEC first, Opoku Ware second, ADISCO third. What are your own predictions? What do you think will happen today? Majid from Ketekrachi says there is nothing. Okay, he says Legon all the way. Okay, very short message. Legon all the way. So when you send me the message, if you tell me why, maybe the reason why you think this particular school will win, let's look at the predictions in the way that you think they will flow. Which school will go first, which school will go second, etc. This one says, I'm senior Ajimai Owusu Safo, an old student of Prempe College. I go for Adisadel. Okay, you are an old student of Prempe College. I go for Adisadel. Okay, it says if Opoku Ware loses, hey, I swear they should stay in Accra. Okay, all right, let's see what more messages you're sending to. Samuel is predicting that Opoku Ware School will win the NSMQ 2020. ADISCO all the way, says this one. You're rooting for the Central region. Any predictions? Anyway, who are you betting on? PRESEC will win their 6th trophy. Let's celebrate 6. So I think last year was Let's Talk About 6. That was last year. That was when the hashtag was Let's Talk About 6. But Oscar from Kumasi has just reminded me that the hashtag for this year is Let's Celebrate 6. That is the hashtag for PRESEC. PRESEC will win their 6th trophy, he says. OWASS all the way. Full vim from Safura Seidu from Kaswa. Very soon we'll hop on to Facebook, see what more we have there, because most of your messages here actually just mention the school, and I'm sure if you're listening, you're not even taking note of the number of schools, the number of times they're mentioning the schools. But we can take a look at the predictions. Okay, the predictions: who first, who second, etc. Sylvester is texting out from Kumasi. OWASS is winning by the grace of God. Okay, so let's not bore you right now with so much of the messages. When we come back, we'll hop onto Facebook and take you through some of the messages. I just want to give you a little breather here. Let's take that break. We'll be right back. All right, we're live right now. The show has begun. Let's go over there right now.
Opoku Ware School is a 2-time winner of the competition. But it's been 18 years since their last win. We'll see what happens today. We also have Adisadel College. Adisadel College is also a past champion. Adisadel College won the competition in 2016. The third school is Presbyterian Boys Secondary School Legon, also known as PRESEC Legon, and 5-time champions. Those of you who follow this program, this looks like deja vu. I remember on July 8th, 2019, it was the same set of schools. At that time, they were in the first semi-final contest. But that was last year, and so much has happened. It's a new year. Let's see what happens. I would like to remind all of us that we are in the Absa Bank money zone. Absa Bank is providing 25 Ghana cedis for each point earned at this grand finale. At the end of the contest, we shall do the calculations and provide to each school the amount they have earned. Thank you, Absa Bank. Now, I would like to introduce the contestants shortly, but I'll go do that from my table. But before I leave, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. The National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with Absa Bank and supported by JoyNews, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Goyle, Airtel Tigo, Dano Milk, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City College, Central University, GTP, Adansa Travels, Third Eye Care and Vision Center, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, Newmont Ghana, and YFM. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a prime time production. Thank you. My name is Elsie Fakofman, and I'm honored to be your quiz mistress. Thank you.
So now you know we're all set for business. The stage is clear. The quiz mistress has just spoken. She's about to open the show for it to begin from there. But earlier, some of you sent us WhatsApp videos on, those of you who went to any of these schools have been sending us. It's not in any order, okay? We're just dropping them for you to have an idea. And as the program starts, we'll take you back to the auditorium. Take a look at some of the videos we've been receiving.
Since baby Charlie, hey, PRESEC, what a school, Charlie. You do PRESEC now, I'm say Charlie, I've achieved in life. I've gotten all I need. Master, yes, see who are old fashion call, but PRESEC uniform, PRESEC clothes, I mean, as satisfying. That's the only thing you can take to heaven. Happy are we, studios are we, students of Presbyterian Secondary School, on what we might be trying. The future of our country and church. Solid foundation, they should take our places in the future of our country.
And that was the one I fell in love with this morning. They're playing the anthems. Let's go right there and listen to ADISCO playing right now.
Adisadel College is represented by
Apple Justice, final year. Ivan Henne, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
How are you this time?
We are good by the grace of God.
Wonderful. What's your favorite memory from the 2020 competition?
I think that will be in our semi-final contest against Achibota in the Capital School.
Was there a particular question you liked very much?
That will actually be the last riddle.
Okay. All right. Now, our contestants are usually very special people. So what happens after this? I mean, how are you going to change the world? What's next?
All what you're going to say is that everyone should expect a lot from us. And that's it.
No plans for studies, nothing. Anyway, I see that you are in a hurry to start the contest, so we should expect what?
Just expect a lot from us.
All right, best wishes to you. PRESEC Legon. PRESEC Legon is represented by
Dr. Daniel Kekeli, final year. Nketia Benjamin, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
How are you?
You are blessed and highly favored.
Great. Today, I'm asking about experiences. What was your best experience at this competition?
Oh, that will be a semi-final contest 2 days ago.
What was so special about that?
Oh, the speed race was nice. The whole contest was excellent by God's grace.
All right. Okay. Now, what next? You are graduating, right? Or you've graduated?
Yes, please.
What next? What do you intend to do with yourselves?
Okay, go ahead. I would like to pursue medicine.
Okay.
I would like to pursue chemical engineering.
Wonderful. Now, this contest, what are we expecting from you?
We are just looking forward to a successful contest, hoping on God to lead us to the 6th trophy this year.
Best wishes. Finally, Opoku School.
More for Richmond Tea.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
How are you?
We are fine.
Wonderful. I'm asking about your experiences. What was your best experience from this year's competition?
The semi-final. Yeah, the speed race with a Chibu guy.
Ah, okay. All right. I also would like to know, you are final year students. You are final year students. So what next? What are you doing next?
Oh, I hope to pursue medicine. I hope to pursue medicine.
Medicine, okay.
Medicine too, madam. Medicine too.
Also medicine. All right. This contest, what are we expecting from you?
As usual, the best.
The best. I wish you well.
Okay.
So viewers, we've met the contestants. Before we begin the contest, I have an announcement. We have the Airtel Tigo Highest Scorer Award. This is a reward to the school that gains the highest score at the end of this final contest. You will be happy to know that Airtel Tigo is given 10,000 Ghana cedis. Gentlemen, is this changing your strategy? No. Same strategy. Okay. Best wishes to all three schools. All right. Are you ready to begin? Are you settled? Great. As always, the contest comes to you in 5 rounds. This first round is the round for fundamental concepts. I have simple and direct questions. I'm expecting simple and direct answers. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If right, 1 bonus point. If not, there's a penalty, 1 point. For questions that require calculations, you'll have 30 seconds to present your answer. And if there are no calculations, you have 10 seconds to do so. All questions, all of them, are to be attempted once only. Best wishes once again. I'll be starting with you at Adisadel College. But before we begin, I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble to all schools. Please, I'm going to be asking questions around some scenario or some circumstance, okay? Please show your knowledge of biology by providing suitable explanations for the scenario or the incident I described, the question that I ask, okay? So provide suitable explanations. That's a preamble. All right, so Adisadel, why should wilted leaves of lettuce become crispy or firm when placed in cold water for a while? Yes, Ivan.
The leaves should become crispy, or the leaves should become crispy. This is in order to reduce. This is because there should be a reduction in the rate at which water leaves the leaves of the lettuce, and this is because when the lettuce is placed in cold water, water will move from the leaf into the cold water. So therefore, the leaf has to be crispy in order to reduce the rate at which water leaves the leaves, and also reduce the temperature of the leaf.
That's incorrect for bonus. I'm going to hold on to your answer. I'll come back to you, all right? Okay. So, Opoku School. Why do the leaves of some plants roll up on a bright sunny day? Richmond.
We're talking about surface area.
On the sunny day, transpiration rate is very high. So some of the leaves roll up some of the plants roll up their leaves so as to reduce the rate of transpiration, and thus minimize transpiration and then conserve water in them.
1. I will give you the full answer in a bit. Be patient with me. PRESEC Legon. With regard to respiration, why is it not advisable for people to sleep under trees at night? Yes, Gakpeto.
It is not advisable for people to sleep under trees at night because in the night, photosynthesis does not occur in the leaf of the plant. As such, the plant will not be releasing more oxygen gas into the atmosphere as it would have been doing during the day, but it would rather be consuming the oxygen in the atmosphere for the plant's own respiration. This reduces the amount of oxygen present for the human being in order to take in for his or her respiration to also occur.
2. All right. So Adisadel, I asked you why wilted leaves of lettuce will become crispy or firm when placed in cold water for a while. When you place the wilted leaves in cold water, the leaves absorb water through endosmosis. You've heard of that, right? You're biology students. So the cells of the leaves become turgid, and this is what you experience as the crispy and firm feel of the leaves. Okay? Yes. So when you are dealing with your lettuce at home, you can be thinking about this if they are wilted. Please apply all of these signs to your lives. All right. Now, the next was Opoku Ware. I asked you, why do leaves of some plants roll up on a bright sunny day? Yes, you mentioned transpiration. Yes, it's true. The rate of transpiration is high on bright sunny days. As a result, the plants will roll up their leaves so as to, this is the part I was waiting for, reduce the exposed surface area to the sun and thus reduce the rate of transpiration. In addition to that, when they roll up their leaves, they cover up the stomata, right? So when the stomata, they are covered, transpiration rate goes down because evaporation from the leaf is lower. Okay, good. And then finally, PRESEC Legon. With regard to respiration, why is it not advisable for people to sleep under trees at night? During the night, yes, photosynthesis stops, but respiration continues. This means that little or no oxygen is produced by the plants at night. You got that part right. Okay, but I wanted you to continue. So what is being produced by the plant? CO2. And you know that CO2 is not good for any human being to be inhaling in great quantities, right? That's the part that was left out. Yes. So those of you who like sleeping under trees, be careful. All right, next set of questions. This comes with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Each school will be presented with an element. You are to 1, state the symbol. 2, give the word and language from which the symbol is derived. So I'm expecting 3 answers. When I give you the element, please state the symbol, then state the word and language from which the symbol is derived. I hope it's clear. Great. So, Adisadel College, lead. Ivan.
The symbol for lead is capital P, small p. The word which represents it is plumbum, and plumbum is a Latin word.
You're right. Opoku Ware with the same preamble, mercury. Noble.
The symbol for mercury is capital H, small g, and it is from the word hydra, and the language is Latin.
Please, the word again.
Hydra, gyrum.
Yes. With the same preamble, sodium. Yes, Gakpeto.
The symbol for sodium is capital N, small e. And the word it is derived from is natrium, and it is a Latin word.
Yes. Next set 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Find the value of n if, it's a short one. Find the value of n if. All right, Adisadel. Log to the base 8 of n is equal to half p. Log to the base 2 of 4n is equal to q. And q minus p is equal to 3. Is that hand up, Ivan? Go ahead. Go.
And please, you have the value of n to be equal to half.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 8. With the same preamble, Opoku School. 2 multiplied by log to the base 9 of n is equal to p. Log to the base 3 of 9n is equal to q. And p plus q is equal to 6. Noble.
N is equal to 3.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 9. N is 9. With the same preamble, PRESEC Legon. Log to the base 5 of n is equal to 1/3 p. And log to the base 5 of 25n squared is equal to q. And p minus q is equal to 1. Benjamin.
N is equal to 2.
That's incorrect for bonus. Yes, which of you? Yes, Ivan?
N equals 5.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 125. How will you know that it's a final? All right, Adisadel. A hydrogen atom moving away from a detector at 1.2 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second makes a transition from the first excited state to the ground state. Find the frequency of the radiation recorded by the detector. Ivan.
We have the frequency to be 2.4 times 10 exponent 14 hertz.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 1.6 times 10 raised to the power 15 hertz. Opoku Ware School. Find the frequency recorded by the detector if the hydrogen atom were moving towards the detector at 1.2 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second when it makes the transition from the first excited state to the ground state. Noble.
Madam, the frequency would be 2.7 by 10 power 15.
Again?
2.7 times 10 exponent 15 hertz.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 3.8 times 10 raised to the power 15 hertz. PRESEC Legon. Another hydrogen atom moving at 1.5 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second away from a detector makes a transition from the second excited state to the first excited state. Find the frequency recorded by the detector. Yes, Benjamin.
3.6 times 10 to the power 15 hertz.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 2.6 times 10 raised to the power 14 hertz. Next set of questions, 10 seconds, with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. When I get to your school, I will give you some kind of function. Give the features of saliva that allow it to perform the function that I give you. Please, did you get your preamble? Good. So Adisadel, it serves as a buffer. Ivan.
Okay. The saliva has a little bit of basic structure. So whenever there's acid present, it neutralizes this base. The saliva has a small amount of acid in it. It has a small amount of acid. So the saliva has a small amount of base. So whenever there's a small amount of acid added to it, whenever there's a small amount of acid present in a food, the saliva acts in a way to...
No, let me put you out of your misery. Incorrect. For a bonus. Okay. So saliva has a high concentration of bicarbonate ions, and this allows it to act as a physiological buffer. Okay, so high concentration of bicarbonate ions. All right, Opoku Ware School with the same preamble. It helps in mineralization of the teeth. Noble?
The saliva helps in the movement of calcium ions around the the teeth cells.
That's all. One. So saliva contains high concentration of calcium and phosphate. Because you want to be forming hydroxyapatite. So this is what helps in the formation of the hydroxyapatite to mineralize the teeth. All right. PRESEC Legon with the same preamble. It aids swallowing.
Water and
use
it. Saliva contains water and also some amounts of mucus, and this helps to soften the food in order to enable digestion, swallowing for digestion to be easier, and lubricates the lining of the mouth and the esophagus.
2. Yes, what you said is very true, but there's another element I was looking for. The saliva also helps to cool hot food so that you can swallow it. All right. Preamble to all schools. Preamble. Each school will be presented with a reagent. Name the group of natural products for which the reagent is used for testing and state the expected observation for a positive result. Let me take the preamble again. Each school will be presented with a reagent. Name the group of natural products for which the reagent is used for testing and state the expected observation for a positive result. All right. So, Adisadel, tolerance reagent. Yes, Apao.
It is used for testing aldehydes, or better still, reducing sugars. And when it reacts with reducing sugars, for a positive test, the observation, silvery white precipitate will be observed.
Yes. Opoku Ware, ninhydrin. Yes, Noble?
It is used for testing proteins and amino acids, and a positive test gives a purple coloration.
Yes. PRESEC Legon, 1% dilute FeCl3 solution.
Okay. The 1% FeCl3 is used to test for phenols, and it gives a violet coloration.
2 out of 3. It's used for phenolic compounds. Phenolic compounds. That can be polyphenols, phenolic acids, and the positive result is purple, yeah. All right, next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Assume X and Y are positive real numbers. Express Y in terms of X given. Assume X and Y are positive real numbers. Express Y in terms of X given. All right, so Adisadel, inverse sine of X is equal to inverse tangent of Y. Opoku.
Y is equal to the cos inverse of x.
That's incorrect. For bonus. I'm holding on to your answer. I'll come back. All right. Opoku Ware School with the same preamble. Inverse tangent of x is equal to inverse sine of y. Noble.
Now, y is equal to 1 on square root of 1 plus x squared.
No. For bonus. I'm holding on to your answer. PRESEC Legon with the same preamble. Inverse sine of x is equal to inverse cosine of y. Yes, Akpeto.
Y is equal to 90 minus x in degrees.
That's incorrect. For bonus. All right. So, for you, Adisadel, the right answer is x. Y is equal to x over the square root of the expression 1 minus x squared. For you, it's y is equal to x over square root of the expression x squared plus 1. And then for you, PRESEC Legon, y is equal to square root of the expression 1 minus x squared. Next set, 30 seconds. Adisadel. Find the speed of an electron at which its de Broglie wavelength is 5.0 picometers. Opoku.
You have 1.5 times 10 exponent times 10 exponent negative 23 meters per second.
That's incorrect. Yes, which of you, Benjamin?
1.5 times 10 power.
No. (1.3) times 10 to the power 8 meters per second. Opoku Ware, find the speed of an electron at which its de Broglie wavelength is 3.0 picometers. Noble.
Madam, 1.4 by 10 exponent 8 meters per second.
Again?
1.4 times 10 exponent 8 meters per second.
That's incorrect for bonus. Yes, which of you, please? Yes, Ivan.
2.4 times 10 exponent 8 meters per second.
No. The right answer, 1.9 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second. PRESEC Legon. Find the speed of an electron at which its de Broglie wavelength is 1.5 picometers. Benjamin.
4.9 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second.
That's incorrect. For bonus, (2.6 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second. All right. Preamble to all schools. Preamble. When I get to your school, I will give you some conditional occurrence, right? State the effect or effects of each of the conditional occurrence I give you on biodiversity. That is the variability among living organisms from all sources. Let me repeat the preamble. State the effect or effects of each of the conditions or occurrence I give you on biodiversity, that is the variability among living organisms from all sources. All right, so Adisadel, habitat loss. Ivan.
When there's habitat loss in a population, the organisms in that population are displaced. That is, they move from their locality to other areas. Therefore, they increase the number of population in the new area they go. And when they go, they cause variability among the organisms in that area. And they develop different characteristics or traits in order to survive in their new areas. So therefore, this increases biodiversity in the new area they go.
That's incorrect for bonus. I will come back to you with an answer. With the same preamble, over-harvesting. Yes, Noble?
Now, overharvesting reduces biodiversity. This is because as you continually harvest, the population, that's the plant population, are constantly reduced, and hence the probability of difference among the plant population reduces. Hence, it reduces biodiversity.
1. I will let you know the answer shortly. With the same preamble, exotic species. Yes, Gapeto.
Exotic species increase the diversity of organisms at a specific locality. This is due to the fact that they come in with their own traits, feeding habits, and ecological niches. As such, they cause changes in the conditions, ecological conditions of a specific habitat, and as such, they affect the biodiversity of a given locality. Also, due to the introduction of these exotic species, there may be mixing of genes as a result of mating with indigenous species, which also increases the diversity as they produce offspring with variable characteristics.
That's incorrect for bonus. All right. So we're looking for the effect of whatever condition I gave you on biodiversity. Yours was habitat loss. Okay, so habitat loss will actually decrease biodiversity. It will decrease, not increase. It will decrease biodiversity. When this occurs, only the animals that are able to adapt and live within the new habitat will survive. This could potentially cause a genetic bottleneck for those that were once thriving in the initial habitat. Okay, so it will actually decrease biodiversity. All right. Opoku Ware School. You got the part that because you said it will decrease biodiversity. Yes. Yours was over-harvesting. Yes. But the explanation was where I had trouble. So if too much of a species, whether it's plant or animal, is harvested for human use, then there is a potential that certain genes from the pool will be completely wiped out, right? So you actually lose certain genes from the gene pool, okay? And this means that it will be very hard to reintroduce into the population and the biodiversity will then decrease. All right. PRESEC Legon, believe it or not, the exotic species will decrease biodiversity. It's a threat to biodiversity. This is because it will add a new element to the food chain. So just imagine that you have, for example, a new exotic species, which is a predator, and you put it into that environment. What will happen? It will kill off some other organisms, therefore shrinking biodiversity. The exotic species could also be an invasive plant, right? That takes root space away from other species, therefore threatening the biodiversity. So these are all very terrible things that can happen in our ecological systems. So we should guard against them. All right. Next set, preamble to all schools. Please listen carefully. Phosphorus 5 chloride decomposes to phosphorus 3 chloride and chlorine gas when heated. The balanced equation is as follows. PCl5 gas going reversibly to PCl3 gas plus Cl2 gas. The equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction is 0.0360 at 300 degrees Celsius. Please, did you get your preamble? One more time. Phosphorus 5 chloride decomposes to phosphorus 3 chloride and chlorine gas when heated. The balanced equation is as follows. PCl5 gas going reversibly to PCl3 gas plus Cl2 gas. The equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction is 0.0360 at 300 degrees Celsius. All right, so that's the preamble. Now, Adisadel College. In an experiment, when only 20.0% of the initial amount of 0.100 mole per decimeter cubed of the PCl5 had decomposed, it was not certain if equilibrium had been attained. If the initial concentration of each of PCl3 and Cl2 was 0.00 mole per decimeter cubed, determine by calculating the reaction quotient if there was equilibrium. If not, state the direction which the reaction should move to establish equilibrium. So what I want to know your value that you calculate for the reaction quotient before you make a decision and tell us the rest. Yes, Apple.
The quotient will be 0.0600 mole per dmq. And for equilibrium to attain, the equilibrium position will shift to the left. That is to shift to the side of the reactant.
That's incorrect. Yes, Gakpeto.
The reaction is not at equilibrium. This is because the reaction quotient is 0.0050. In order to achieve equilibrium, the reaction must shift to the right.
Yes. With the same preamble. In another experiment, 50.0% of the initial 0.100 mole per decimeter cube PCl5 had decomposed. Again, the initial concentration of PCl3 and Cl2 was 0.00 mole per decimeter cubed each. Determine by calculating the reaction quotient if the reaction is in equilibrium. If not, state the direction in which the reaction should move to establish equilibrium. Once again, I want to know the answer to your calculation. Noble.
The reaction is not in equilibrium, and the reaction quotient would be 0.250 mole per dm cube, and the shift will be to the left. That is to the reactant side.
I'm not going to accept it for bonus. Yes.
The reaction quotient is 0.050, and it is not in equilibrium, and the reaction will have to shift to the left in order for equilibrium to be attained.
Yes. With the same preamble, your major question. Your major question. It is possible by adding either 0.0100 mole per decimeter cubed, that's scenario 1, or 0.0200 mole per decimeter cubed, that's scenario 2, of PCl5 to the mixture containing 0.0500 mole per decimeter cubed each of PCl5, PCl3, and Cl2 to establish equilibrium. Please calculate the respective reaction quotients for the two scenarios and indicate which scenario is preferable. So 2 answers plus your decision. Gakpeto.
It is more advisable to add 0.0100 mole per dm cube of the PCl5 than to the 0.0200 mole per dm cube. This is due to the fact that it will cause the reaction quotient to have attained a value that is closer to the equilibrium constant of 0.0360.
That's incorrect for bonus. Okay, remember you were to calculate 2 reaction quotients. You didn't give me either one, and then you jumped to a conclusion. All right, so the first one, scenario 1, it's 4.17 times 10 raised to the power negative 2, or 0.0417. The second scenario is 3.57 times 10 to the power negative 2, or 0.0357. And if you look at this, you will see that Scenario 2, the addition of the 0.0200 mole per decimeter cube PCl5 is preferable. Okay. Next set. Short preamble to all schools. Preamble. Evaluate the limit. Evaluate the limit. Adisadel. Limit as x approaches 9 of, and I have an expression. I will read out the numerator and then the denominator. Okay? So in the numerator, I have x minus 9. And in the denominator, square root of x minus 3. Yes, Ivan.
6.
Yes. Opoku Ware with the same preamble. Limit as x approaches 25. And I have an expression that is made up of a numerator and a denominator. In the numerator, I have 5 minus square root of x. In the denominator, x minus 25. Noble.
10.
That's incorrect. Yes. Benjamin.
Negative 1 over 10.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble. Limit as x approaches negative 2 of an expression with a numerator and a denominator. In the numerator, x cubed plus 8. In the denominator, x plus 2. Benjamin?
12.
Yes. Last set of questions for the round. Last set. And this set of questions comes with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. A particle of mass 3.3 times 10 raised to the power negative 27 kilogram is trapped inside a cube of side 15 picometers by infinitely high potential walls. The potential energy of the particle is everywhere 0 inside the cube. Please, did you get your preamble? One more time. A particle of mass 3.3 times 10 raised to the power negative 27 kilogram is trapped inside the cube of side 15 picometers by infinitely high potential walls. The potential energy of the particle is everywhere 0 inside the cube. All right, Adisadel, what is the ground state energy of the particle? Apple.
The ground state energy will be 4.95 times 10 exponents minus 11 joules.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 2.2 times 10 to the power negative 19 joule. Opoku Ware with the same preamble. What is the energy difference between the first excited state and the ground state of the particle? Richmond.
6.6 by 10 exponents minus 19 joules.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 2.2 times 10 raised to the power negative 19 joules. Last question with the same preamble. What is the energy difference between the third and second excited states of the particle? Gakpeto.
2.2 times 10 raised to the power negative 19 joules.
That's incorrect. For bonus. What are the odds that all three had the same answer? We had to change this one up. The right answer is 1.5 times 10 to the power negative 19 joules. And with that, we've come to the end of the first round. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell at Adisadel College? Thank you. Yours, PRESEC Legon. Thank you. And yours, Opoku Ware School. Again. Thank you. If you ring and answer correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. But you have to be careful, because if you attempt to answer a question and you are unsuccessful, you lose the precious point. What do I mean by unsuccessful? First, you present a wrong answer. Second, you decide to set your own question and answer it. Third, I call on you after you ring and your answer is not ready. You are now fumbling for an answer. So be very careful. Be very careful. For questions which require calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds to present an answer. If there are no calculations, you have a maximum of 10 seconds to do so. Best wishes, everyone. First set of questions. First question, 10 seconds. What is the temperature associated with the cosmic microwave background radiation, and what is the wavelength at which it is most intense? All right, the right answer, 2.72 Kelvin, and the wavelength is 1.06 millimeters. If you had converted to any other units of temperature, I would have accepted that too. Anyway, never mind. Next one, 30 seconds. The position vector of a particle is given in terms of time t by r of t is equal to ai plus btj plus the expression ct minus delta k, where a, b, c, and delta are constants. Find t such that the velocity and position of the particle are orthogonal. The right answer, T is equal to C multiplied by delta over the expression B squared plus C squared. 10 seconds. Is the sun a black body? Why or why not? Oh. All right, so we'll learn something new today. At least everyone should remember this by the time they leave. No, the sun is not a black body. It is not a black body because it's not in thermal equilibrium. It's not in thermal equilibrium. Yay. All right. Next set, 10 seconds each. Please pay attention. First one. Why is it essential that blood pressure in the capillary vessels be much lower than in the artery? Yes, Gakpeto.
This is to enhance the diffusion of substances in and out of the blood, since the flow rate of the blood through the capillaries becomes very slow or very small, giving the blood in the capillaries enough time for substances to diffuse into and out of them and into the body fluids.
I'm moving on. Yes.
This is because in the capillaries, thus they connect the veins to the arteries, and with the deoxygenated blood and the oxygenated blood are exchanged. So blood must move very slowly in order for efficient exchange of deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood. In order to enhance its efficiency, thus blood must move very slowly so that oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood can exchange.
That's not different from what I heard from them. Okay. So, gentlemen, you know that we are in the speed race, right? So the answer must be complete and perfect. You've given me a very important part of the answer, given, but I can't give you the points because there's another explanation which you didn't think about. So the walls of the capillaries are also much thinner than those of the arteries. It's made up of squamous epithelium only. So if you put in very high pressure, what will happen? They will rupture and break, right? And so that's the other part of the answer which I did not get from either one of you. Okay, so 2 reasons. Next. Why should a person who is feeling dizzy be fed with glucose instead of bread and margarine? And what might give more energy? Yes, Apel.
This is because glucose is in its simplest form, and hence when taken in, it goes right into the bloodstream, and then it gives the person energy to do for the person to be able to act to reduce the dizziness. But in the case of the bread, it has, when taken in, it has to be broken down into its simplest form before the body can assimilate the glucose, and then before the body can assimilate the glucose for the functioning of the body. And then the glucose will give more energy than the bread.
Who else rang? Go ahead.
When the glucose is fed to the person, it is readily absorbed, then oxidized to produce oxygen by aerobic respiration quickly. But the bread would have to go through digestion, and the person needs oxygen quickly by respiration to give energy. So due to the longer process with the bread, the person should be fed with the glucose.
It's not different. Oh. See, it's the last part that you didn't answer, right? I said, which... Okay, I'll give it to the first group. All right. Next one. Why should mowing lawn grass facilitate better maintenance? Oh, all right. So, in this case, we are talking about long grass, right? If you leave the grass alone, it's going to be growing upwards, just one branch, right? Because of apical dominance of the terminal bud. And this is because of the secretion of auxin, or IAA, by the apical buds. When you remove the apical bud, you cause the sprouting of lateral buds. So now you have lateral buds developing with the stimulation of intercalary meristem, thereby facilitating better maintenance of grass. So if you want your grass to grow well, it's good to mow it so that you can get rid of the secretion of auxin by the terminal bud and have the lateral buds also sprouting. Okay. All right. Next set, 30 seconds for the first one. Calculate the mass of aluminium that can be obtained from electrolysis of molten aluminium oxide after passing a charge of 82.0 Faraday. All right.
20.
Go ahead, Benjamin.
738 grams.
Yes. Seconds. What is the catalyst used in the Haber process? Yes, Gapeto.
Finely divided iron.
I'm moving on. A mixture of metallic iron and aluminum oxide. 10 seconds. Give the systematic name of any pentanal containing 6 carbons. Yes. Benjamin.
2-methyl pentanal.
Yes. Of questions for the round. 30 seconds each. First one. A fair coin and a fair die are tossed once. Find the probability of obtaining a head and a number greater than 3. Yes. Go ahead, fast. Ivan.
The probability is 1 on 4.
That's incorrect. You also wrong. Go ahead. Benjamin.
1/2.
Yes. Benjamin, admit it. That was guesswork. Was it guesswork? It was guesswork. Because I had not finished the question. So those of us who are slower, let me read the full question so you can also calculate along. Find the probability of obtaining a head and a number greater than 3, or a tail and a number less than 4. And it's half, and he has admitted that it was guesswork. All right. Next one. Find the equation for the function g of x, which is obtained after the graph of the function y is equal to 2x, is reflected in the line y is equal to x. Yes. Which of you, please? Ivan.
We have the function g of x equals x minus 4 all on.
Forget it. I continue reading. And translated 2 units to the right. Yes, which of you got that?
G of x equals negative 2x plus 4.
No. Did you ring? Did you ring? Ring for it. Go, Noble.
G of x is equal to x minus 2 all on 2.
Yes. Last question of the round. If the point A with coordinates 1, 6 is a point of inflection of the curve y is equal to x cubed plus ax squared plus bx plus 2, find the values of the constants a and b. Dr.
A equals 0 and B equals 5.
That's incorrect. Yes, which of you, please? Ivan.
We have a equals negative 3 and b equals 8.
That's incorrect. Did you ring? Yeah, go ahead. Go. The right answer. You're wrong. You're wrong. Pardon? So you rang and you don't have an answer. So I'm giving the right answer. The right answer is A is equal to negative 3 and B is equal to 6. And that's the end of the second round.
So that is the end of that particular round. It is the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz here live on Joy News, your most authoritative and credible news source. Of course, we're also on Joy 99.7 FM. It is also at myjoyonline.com. I am Gifty Ando-Apia, and you've seen how it's gone so far. It looks like, well, at the moment, you know who's leading. Looks like Legon or PRESEC Legon is leading at the moment. When it started, it was more like Legon, and then you had Opoku, Ware, and then you had Adisadel. But right now, the figure seems to be changing pretty gradually. Well, at the end of this particular round, we had Opoku Ware School with 8, Adisadel 4, PRESEC Legon 22. Will certainly be going back to the auditorium. But the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with partnership from APSA. It is supported by Prudential Life Insurance, Goyle, Accra College of Medicine, Academic City College, Newmont Ghana, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center. Of course, it's also supported by Dano Milk, GTP, Adansi Travels, Third Eye Care Vision Center, and YFM. The broadcast is brought to you, of course, by Joy News, Bright, SHS Kukwentumi, Building Dreams, Shaping the Future, and DBS Colorlink Plus Roofing Sheet. We're going to take a very quick break here. When we return, we'll probably be ready to start the next round. Do stay with us.